Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather, and this is Honest Homemaking. It's sunny outside. I want to do some spring cleaning. Made myself a list here. As you know, my handwriting is atrocious. I want to do some spring cleaning. And I thought, what better place to start than in the living room, because as you guys have seen in many of my videos, a dog. It always looks like this because this little one, I think that I've figured out what the problem is. I'm pretty sure, oh, we still have our lights up from our Valentine's dinner. I'm pretty sure that the reason that he just throws the toys around instead of playing with them is because he has way too many. He, I think, is overwhelmed with toys, and so he doesn't play with them. He just dumps the bins. He's got 5 bins full of toys plus overflow toys. So what we are going to do is we are going to purge the toys. Sorry, my arm is tired. We're going to purge the toys and spring clean because it is a long time coming and I'm tired of my living room looking like that. That's the first room that people walk into when they come to our home. It's the first thing people see, and I pick up all of those toys at least. He probably throws them everywhere at least 3 times a day. Spending a lot of time doing that, it's exhausting, and I don't want to do it anymore. So we're going to spring clean the living room today. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to have to do is just a general cleanup, and I'm not talking like heavy duty because I'm getting ready to do that, but certain things, I mean, I can't clean with this being the state of things. Okay, so it's not much of a difference, but I picked up all the laundry and obvious garbage. I am now going to just, I guess I'm going to start in the walkway to the kitchen and work my way around the room in a circle, because otherwise my scatterbrain just, I will bounce all over the place and never actually accomplish anything. So let's start working our way around the room with Leo helping. Come on, skinny love, just lost the end. Pour a little salt, we were never here. So as I cleaned, I thought that I would just do a little bit of a voiceover. As you can see here, there is a lot of stuff to sort through, and Leo is always right up in there helping me. The cleaning tools that I'm using to do this sort and purge are just some basic standard trash bags, a basket that I'm putting things that belong in other rooms, like my boys' stuff or stuff that goes to the bathroom. That's all going into that blue basket that you see there. And then one of those trash bags is just a trash bag, and one of them is a donate bag. Hopefully I don't get them mixed up. Also, if you look closely at the photo frames on the wall, you will see that they're only about half full at this point. I have been slowly filling them up, but it turns out it's taking a little longer than I thought it would. I'm not even halfway done and my basket is already overflowing, but I'm not surprised there. A lot of the toys that you're seeing me put into that basket are going upstairs to Leo's room. He has his own room with plenty of space for toys, so that's where they're going. Okay, so I would say that this is probably why people don't purge with their kids around. He's telling Alexa to pause. Everything that I pick up, he has to have. So it's making things very difficult, but I've completely gone through this. Of course, I still have to clean everything. I don't know what that is. And I have made it through these 2 bins. So what I'm doing is, this bin is our electronic bin. Xbox games, movies, controllers, things like that. Then this is a toy bin. Then we have diapers and another toy bin. So I'm going to move the diapers over. And then the only toys I'm leaving him... Yeah, fall. Are you stacking? The only toys that I'm going to leave for him in the living room are just going to be 2 bins, because he has an entire room full of toys too. So really, how many does he need down here? He's playing with my yarn, which of course I'm watching him, but he continues to get tangled up. Anyway, we're going to take a lunch break and then a nap, because this is impossible. I finally got Leo down for a nap, so I thought that this would be the perfect time to finish the toys, since he wouldn't be trying to pull them out of the bags as soon as I'm putting them in there. Okay, you guys, I realize that this is going to be extremely disgusting. You just have to realize that we have 5 people in a small house, and most of this is Leo's toys. And what happens is he thought that it was a fun game to just climb on the back of the couch and throw things over. And over the past month, because we cleaned this out right before Leo's birthday, which was the end of December. So all of that's new since then, but it gets messy really quickly. But as you can see, I'm finally taking care of it. Okay, so, man, if any of you record, do you ever just turn on the camera and you're like, wow, not in a good way. Anyway, so it's the next day, and we have run errands all day. It is 1:34. Leo fell asleep in the vehicle on this, my niece calls it a wetty mop. Look at this wetty mop. Anyway, Leo fell asleep in the vehicle. So I'm going to try to get what I did not get done in here yesterday done now. And of course, this couch is just as bad as the other one, and now Leo is awake to help me. And as we all know, a 2-year-old's help is not always help. If you're wondering what all of those wires are, one of them is a wire to a heated blanket that I'm about to put away. The other wires are to our surround sound, because we're a little old school and we don't have a wireless set yet. And I'm trying to stuff the beanbag into the bag and it just wouldn't fit, so I had to get another bag. Look at all that dirt. Those letters up there, they say, "I love Heather Rhodes." Chris surprised me with that one day, and I've just kept it. He's very sweet. So as you can see, I'm watching Roseanne, or listening to Roseanne rather, as I clean. It's one of my all-time favorites. I've seen them all, so of course I just listen to it while I clean. We have these glass end tables that I think Chris has had since about the year 2000. We're hoping to replace them soon, but like everything else, it costs money and money takes time, and we're working on it. That print is a large print of the town that we live in. Chris bought it as a family gift for Christmas a while ago, and I love it so very much.
It's the house telling you to close your eyes.
Okay, I kind of cannot believe it. I have 2 things left, and that is to thoroughly sweep the floor and then mop the floor. And you guys, it has taken me 3 days to do this, and here's my list, which I've marked most of it off. What does that say? It's backwards. Thorough dusting, I did that. I need to mark that off. Sweep, mop. I even added stuff. I added clean the door. I cleaned the light, which I forgot to put on the list. All I have left to do is to sweep and mop. I've already cleaned out behind all the tables and the couches. So I have to sweep the main part of the floor, and then I'm going to steam mop it. And then my living room will be spring cleaned for the first time since I've lived here. Chris has lived here 15 years. And so I've lived here for going on 4 years, and I can tell you this living room has never been spring cleaned. I don't really think any room in the house has, but it has now. If you're wondering about the little puppy, it is Zach's puppy. Zach is 11. He got that puppy for Christmas, and it is a Chorky. It's a Chihuahua and a Yorkie mix, and it spends its time where Zach spends his time. Not half. He spends the weekdays with me, and then he spends the weekends with his biological dad. So the puppy comes and goes from his dad's house to my house. I'm using my good old trusty Swiffer steam mop here. We've had this thing, I think, probably 3.5 years, and it is still going strong. I love it so very much. It gets all the sticky stuff off the floor, and of course I have to let Leo have a turn. It's hard. Oh. Push. And, oh. Try again. Look at that bed head. Okay, do it. Good job. Can you push? You need some help? So you can see in the bins that he only has 2 toy bins now instead of 4. This is diapers, and that's Xbox. Let's see, what else? Oh, these 2 bins now have our shoes in them. Nothing under any... Oh, it's trash, thank you. Nothing under any of our tables, or I think the most impressive part, you probably can't see, there's nothing under our couches. Our tables are clean. I cleaned all of our windows, which was not an easy task. Let's see. I need to bring the pillows and blankets up from the basement. Okay, so really that concludes my spring cleaning of the living room. So the plan is to spring clean each room and then spend a small amount of money. We're talking like less than $100 to redecorate. In here we're gonna buy another rug, I think, maybe some lamps for the tables, finish printing our photos, and I would really like to get a print for the wall over here because it just looks very, now that we painted it a cream color, it just looks very bare. So I'm not sure what kind of a print, something cheap. So we'll probably look at Marshall's or Target or Marshall. So probably something cheap. We'll look at Marshall's or Target or somewhere for something that is large but inexpensive. Yeah, so anyway, I'll probably do another video on that or just show you in another video. Also had a comment asking me if our living room floors were concrete. And I do plan to have a video on that coming, but I don't know how long it will take me. So here's the deal. The previous owners that lived here had a lot of inside dogs. They had a lot of inside dogs, and they were not potty trained or cleaned up after. So you can imagine what that was like. And what happened was we had shampooed the carpets and cleaned them as best as we could, but if you've ever had that problem, you know. You have your puppy. You know that there is no way to get that smell out of your carpet. So what I did, we've redone all the floors in the house. There was carpet all over the upstairs. We took it all out and put down hardwood. And we are going to put down hardwood in the living room. Oh, I'm so sweaty. Sorry, guys. Anyway, I'm going to put down hardwood. Chris and I are going to put down hardwood in the living room. But the issue is that our floor is warped. So the first thing that we have to do is rip everything out, the old subfloor and everything, and we have to put in all new plywood and stuff, which not only is expensive, but it's time consuming. So what I did was we ripped up the carpet, and we lived with the carpet for with the plywood floor for probably a good 6 months, or maybe even closer to a year. And it just hasn't been in our finances to be able to redo the floor in here. So I saw on Pinterest or somewhere it was called the paper bag floor. So that's what it is. It is a million times better than the plywood. I love it a million times more than the plywood. But the problem is where our floor is uneven. There are this kid's hair. We have to go Who is that? We have to go get his haircut, but he screams bloody murder when I take him to get his haircut. Anyway, so where there have been little, I don't know what they're called, where there's little dips and holes and places in the floor, the paper is coming up. So I would definitely not recommend it if you have an uneven surface like we do. But it is still better than the plywood. And we're just doing what we can when we can. So a little bit at a time, and it is coming together. Oh, I should show you my list. Okay, so I had to add some things and change some things. This was my supplies that I needed. I've done everything on this list. Clean blinds up at the... Anyway, I'm not going to read through it all. You can pause and look at it if you want. I did do the dusting. I just forgot to mark it off. You want Blaze? Okay. I had to clean the door and clean the light because I had forgotten those. But you guys, I know you want Blaze. It feels so good to have this room clean. I cannot tell you. I know you want a popsicle. You have to wait. I cannot tell you how nice it is to not have his toys everywhere. I can pick up his toys now in 2 minutes where it used to take me 30. I'm so happy about that. It just feels fresh in here, and it gets me excited to do the rest of the house. So the rest of my spring cleaning videos are to come. I plan to do every room in the house. I feel motivated by having this room done. I realize, so also please understand that we're doing the best we can. I know that places in our living room are really dirty. I know that behind the couches were dirty. I know that the floor was dirty. I know all of that, and I am an imperfect person, and I am just doing the best I can. My house is much cleaner now than it was before, so I'm happy with that. Are there things that still need done? Absolutely, but it's better than it was. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. I will see you next time. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, because I have all kinds of spring cleaning videos coming out. I'm going to go help my son because his Teddy Ruxpin won't come on and he's very unhappy. Anyway, bye guys. See you next time.